Anil Antony, now with the BJP, welcome. Mr. Antony, is this really a difference of opinion between your father and you, or is it a matter of convenience that often happens in political families, like when Jyotiraditya Scindia used to be in the Congress, his aunt Vasundhara Raje was in the BJP, his mother was with the BJP. You know, sometimes families like to have one foot in one party and one other foot in another, and this therefore keeps, you know, the Antonys on the right side on both sides of the political spectrum. That would be a cynic's way of looking at it.
Thank you, Arnab. It's great to be in your show again. So first of all, let me make it very clear. There is absolutely no kind of any adjustments like what you, many examples. I'm not going to any examples also. But this was a decision that I had taken in the last 2-3 months after a lot of thought. And this is a decision that I had taken independently without any discussion with my father. To my people in my house, there are 4 people in my house. There is my father, there is my mother, there is my brother. And we all are very independent people with our own way of thinking. My parents, both of them, my father and my mother, both of them have very strong beliefs and views, and they have always told their views to us, but they never imposed any view on us, and they have always told us to follow our conviction and beliefs. So I was born in a Congress family. I spent most of my life as a congressman. The last few years I even worked as an office bearer for the Congress party. But let me assure you one thing, this Congress party and that Congress party, there is nothing in common. The Congress party which I have seen while I was growing up, even the Congress party 5 years back and this Congress party, there is nothing that is common. This Congress party is right now an organization, like I personally believe that every political party exists for one reason, and that is to forward your country's interest, to protect your national interest and forward every core interest of your country. But here you have an organization that I can guarantee you, I can assure you after my brief stint in the Congress that this party doesn't want to work for any kind of national interest in any manner. That is not their priority. They only want to work for the well-being and interest of 2-3 individuals. This is an organization, like I am a person in my early 30s, mid 30s, and right now India is a young country. India is the youngest country in the world, where almost 60% is under 40, median age is 27. And let me tell you people, the young India, I represent young India just like hundreds of millions of other people. And let me assure you that this young India do not resonate with the Congress party in any manner. And I felt very, I would say like I was feeling miserable the last 2-3 years while I was working for the Congress party, trying to justify certain things which I believe is against the core interest of this country. So therefore I believe that finally it was time that I leave. That BBC documentary was the breaking point, and then I decided that I am leaving and I am moving on.
Are you saying that your father is also not working in national interest, and that your father, in your own words, is also working to defend the well-being of 2-3 individuals?
No,
You just said that.
Was in the Congress for almost 65 years. Yes, let me clarify that. For almost 5 decades, he was a parliamentarian, but last year he has retired from parliamentary politics, and now he is semi-retired and he is living his life in, he is semi-retired and living in Kerala, and he is very, very disconnected from all kind of national politics and even Congress politics for a long time. Like in the last 1 year, he has only come to Delhi for once for a specific occasion, or else he is not even traveling out of Trivandrum. So right now, he has already finished his politics. He has moved back and he is in a semi-retired stage of his life, and I think it is very unfair to bring him into these kind of conversation, because like I said again and again, the Congress which used to exist 30 years or 20 years or 10 years or even 5 years before, and this Congress has nothing in common.
But to be fair, he did not,
now
he was not,
couple of individuals.
But to be fair, Anil, your dad was not in the conversation till your father himself came out and made a statement today. Why did he have to make the statement saying that you have hurt him? Was he forced and compelled to make the statement to sort of publicly dissociate with you?
No. There is no disharmony. There is no, like I said in the morning itself when I joined, my father is a person who I have the deepest of love and regards and admiration for, and nothing has changed. Personally, I have the highest of respects and regards along with my mother. These are the two people I have the maximum respects for. But there is a difference in viewpoints in the direction this country is taking. I, as a young Indian, feel that the Congress party is not the answer to any of the problems faced in the country in any manner. And I believe that the Bharatiya Janata Party is a party that is led by a dynamic Prime Minister who I absolutely think is the most popular political leader in the country. I would even say the most popular global leader across the world who has a very clear vision.
But then you said a few days back that this government is rushing headlong into its mission of handing over large portions of India's wealth to its favorite crony capitalists.
So this is not a narration that
but you said this.
Agree with.
So was your view then? Were you wrong in your views then?
No. I haven't.
Have you changed your view then? Since then?
No. I can. Let me. Arnab, you can go through my previous post in social media, etc., etc. I can guarantee you that in the last at least 1 year, I haven't said anything in this.
What happened in the last 1 year? What was the moment of change?
I think, like, let's say, even there is nothing like this is not a narration that I am comfortable with, and there is a very valid reason for it. See, 75 years back, immediately after independence, when Pandit Nehru was the Prime Minister of this country, the Communist Party of India was the main opposition. At that point of time, they always used to tell the Prime Minister, you are only supporting Tatas and Birlas. This was the conversation 75 years back. Now, 75 years after independence, after Mr. Narasimha Rao opened up the India's economy, after we started our economic trajectory, after the country's economic consciousness itself has changed, right now, I think that right now the Congress party has gone to some far left spectrum. They have become the new Communist Party. And right now, the Congress Party is telling the same thing which, let's say, somebody used to say 75 years back without even change, by just changing these names. And this is not something I ever agreed with. And I felt that this narration doesn't resonate with young India in any manner. So I have never said this. Let me clarify. Like, yes.
No, go on.
Yeah, so even when I was in the Congress, this kind of negative narration was not something which I ever liked, and I had tried my very best to stay away from it as much as I can, because I believe that this is not the kind of narration that this country wants to hear.
I'll tell you not to go, but there's a debate around you. Just stay for a while and listen to this. I have Lokesh of the Congress and Tohin Sinha, spokesperson of the BJP. You stay, you don't go, but then you will find this conversation around you interesting. And I'll begin by just saying one thing, Tohin, that while